And I think if you really look down to the players that impact winning in this free agency class, I think that Nquille Walker might just end up being the most impactful. And as some have said, maybe even a Derek White type of impact player if he goes to the right system. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Coast to Coast. I'm your host, Liam Willerup, and today we're going to be diving into this year's NBA free agency class, talking about the best fits for some of the top players expected to be available this offseason. While some people might be looking towards the big trades that could be happening with players like Giannis Antetokounmpo and Kevin Durant, I think there's a lot of high-value free agents in this class that can impact winning at a high level. Make sure to comment down below which player you want to see on your favorite team and subscribe for more content like this. Let's hop straight into this. Starting off the video, we have Utah Jazz forward John Collins. Currently, he does have a player option for next season, but has yet to make a decision on that. But if he does enter free agency, he'd be a very intriguing option. This past season with Utah, he averaged 19 points per game, 8.2 rebounds per game, and shot nearly 40% from three. Collins looked like he was about to be a perennial all-star starting his career in Atlanta, and has since been rocky ever since, but had a great bounce-back year this year with Utah, and I could see him being a great fit on the Los Angeles Clippers starting at their power forward position if he does decide to opt out. But if he doesn't, I think opting in, get your money, John Collins, and potentially be a trade piece for the Utah Jazz come sometime next season. Moving on down the list is Milwaukee Bucks center Brook Lopez. After turning 37 years old in April this past season, he averaged 13 points per game, 5 rebounds per game, 1.9 blocks per game, and shot 37.3% from three. While I do expect the Los Angeles Lakers to go after bigger fish in the center market, I do think a reunion with Brook Lopez makes a lot of sense, as he's a defensive stopper in the interior, and he also can stretch the floor, which would work well for guys like Austin Reeves, Luka Doncic, and LeBron James to slash to the basket. Therefore, my prediction / best fit for Brook Lopez is the Los Angeles Lakers. Bruce Brown served as a key member to the 2023 Denver Nuggets NBA Finals team, and now, after getting his bag the past 2 seasons, he's a free agent again, and I expect a reunion back in Denver. Not only has he expressed an interest in doing so, but he'd be a perfect fit if they don't want to go back with Russell Westbrook next season. Splitting time between the New Orleans Pelicans and Toronto Raptors this season, Brown averaged 8.3 points per game, 4 rebounds per game, and 2 assists per game, and I think he'd be a great fit returning to Denver. A player that has been rumored to the Los Angeles Lakers since the dawn of time. I don't expect that to be the case this offseason, despite Myles Turner not having a contract at the moment to return to Indiana. During the regular season, he averaged 15.6 points per game, 6.5 rebounds per game, and 2.0 blocks per game, and has been an integral part of this playoff run for Indiana. Therefore, I think it's simple as that. He returns to Indiana next season to continue to be their leader at the center position. While Minnesota Timberwolves center Nasre Reed has a player option that could return him to the team next season, I expect him to decline and seek a more lucrative and better opportunity elsewhere to try and be a starting center in the league. This past regular season, he averaged 14.2 points per game, 6 rebounds per game, and 37.9% shooting from beyond the arc. In this situation, I think an ideal fit would be the Brooklyn Nets if they were to move off Nick Claxton and give Nasre Reed the reins to that starting center position. While his regular season wasn't stellar by any means, Steven Adams was a pivotal part in the Houston Rockets from going 3-1 down to extending their series to 7 games with the Golden State Warriors in their first round matchup. He showed that his physicality, rebounding, and defense is a massive part in today's NBA, despite the floor spacing many want to see from their starting centers. However, with Golden State mentioning that they don't want Draymond Green to be having to be that starting center all the time, I think Steven Adams would be a perfect fit for Golden State to add a veteran presence that can bring that physicality for them and change the pace, while also having a guy like Quentin Post who can still bring that stretch ability for you out there. Chris Paul played and started in all 82 games for the San Antonio Spurs this season, serving as a valuable veteran leader to this squad. However, it's expected that the San Antonio Spurs will select top guard prospect Dylan Harper second overall this year, meaning a return to San Antonio doesn't make a ton of sense for Paul. In this case, I think he goes to help out another star rookie in Dallas, with Kyrie Irving slated to be out for potentially the entirety of next season. This past year at the Spurs, he averaged 8.8 points per game, 7.4 assists per game, and 1.3 steals per game. I think he could be a valuable veteran to work alongside Cooper Flagg in Dallas to help grow him into the next potential superstar in the NBA. Given how the tail end of the season went for Golden State Warriors forward Jonathan Kaminga, I don't see a return to Golden State being in his cards. During the regular season, he averaged 15.3 points per game, 4.6 rebounds per game, and 2.2 assists per game. And given that a sign-and trade is the most likely option with him this offseason, I think a team that makes a ton of sense is the Boston Celtics. With Jason Tatum expected to miss all of next season with an Achilles tear, I think he could slot in there alongside Jaylen Brown and either be a piece that returns when Jason Tatum gets healthy, or that the Celtics will be able to build up his value and trade him in the following offseason. In this sign-and-trade scenario, I'd expect the Golden State Warriors to ask for a guy like Kristaps Porzingis back, which is something that I think could benefit both teams. The Detroit Pistons went from the worst team in the NBA last season to making the postseason this year, and a major part of that was the play of Malik Beasley off the bench. Playing in all 82 games, he averaged 16.3 points per game, 2.6 rebounds per game, and shot 41.6% from beyond the arc. However, I don't see a return to Detroit making a lot of sense, as I have them going after a different guard in free agency, but rather I see Malik Beasley's best fit being with the Memphis Grizzlies, replacing Luke Kennard, who's set to be a free agent this offseason, and providing a scoring punch for Memphis off the bench. One of the breakout stars of this year's postseason, Nquille Walker, is set to be a free agent after bouncing around between the New Orleans Pelicans and Utah Jazz in his career. Now, it seems like he's posed to be a valuable starting guard on the right situation, as he averaged 9.4 points per game, 3.2 rebounds per game, and shot 38.1% from three this year, while also being a solid defender. In this case, like I had Malik Beasley leaving the Pistons, I have Nquille Walker joining the Pistons to be that starting guard alongside Cade Cunningham, potentially give him his version of Derek White like he is for Boston. Milwaukee Bucks guard Trent Jr. played well above his contract value this year, averaging 11.1 points per game, 2.3 rebounds per game, and shooting 41.6% from beyond the arc. With Milwaukee likely to make a move off Giannis Antetokounmpo this offseason, or at least it's trending in that direction, I think Trent Jr. seeks greener pastures, looking to provide some depth for the New York Knicks off the bench and serving as their backup two guard, as they clearly need more depth given what we saw in their Eastern Conference Finals performance against the Indiana Pacers. And for the last player in this video, is one of the most improved players this season, is Cleveland Cavaliers backup guard Jerome. Coming off the bench and playing 70 games this year, Jerome averaged 12.5 points per game, 3.4 assists per game, and shot 43.9% from beyond the arc. I don't expect Cleveland to pay the big bucks to bring him back to be their top six man, and instead, I think he seeks a one-year deal to go to Milwaukee to serve as their starting point guard, with Damian Lillard likely to miss all of next season with an Achilles tear. Thank you all so much for watching. Make sure to comment down below what you think of my moves, and subscribe for more content just like this. Take care. Cheers.